Hi there, this is Diecast channel, and in this video I'm going to show you this 1973 Ford Mustang Mach 1 that's made by Auto World in a 1:18 scale. This car is really outstanding, so if you like Mustangs, stay with me to the end of this video, and also subscribe my channel and click the bell for news. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to leave your comments down below. So let's unbox this car and take a better look at it. And here we have the Mustang. As we can see, it's a very good looking car. It's in a very attractive color. This car really got a very nice painting job, very nice trim, very nice details as a whole. It's not as good as that Auto Art 1971 Mustang I've shown before, but still a very attractive car. One minus this car has is a fixed trunk lid, and another one is doors hinges, which are not like the ones of the Auto Art. So Auto World is a simpler model, but still a pretty good quality. What's the difference between 1972 and 1973 Mustangs? Basically, some minor details. From 1971 to 1972, Mustang was almost unchanged. From 1972 to 1973, the body remained the same. It had just different details in bumpers due to new legislation, the rear bumper that had the bumper guards, and the new wheels. But the car was pretty much the same. Maybe some trim, some finishing touches, some details that were different from 1971 and 1972. As we look at the front of this car, we can see the basic differences from 1973 compared to 1971 and 1972. Basically, those lights here that are in vertical position in the grille mesh instead of being in horizontal. The grille mesh is pretty much the same with that honeycomb pattern, but this grille is actually not a grille but a mesh that's cast in plastic with a chrome trim around it. The chrome is in pretty good quality. The headlights are have a pretty good quality. They're pretty realistic. The front bumper is a little more pronounced to the front comparing the 1973 models to 1972 and 1971 models. These were due to safety regulations in the United States at the time, and the knobs here are much simpler, and we have no ram air in this car. The hood is pretty much the same of that one, except for the ram air. And as we can see, it shuts correctly, it's correctly aligned, and it opens correctly. The hinges are the basic hinges of the old ERTLs. Probably this line is an older ERTL line that was sort of remade for Auto World with a little more detailing, but still simpler, much simpler than the Auto World Authentics, for instance. The engine bay is pretty well made with a 351 Ford engine. It's in the bright blue Ford color with the chrome valve covers. We have the master brake cylinder, the reinforcements, these braces here, and the engine bay, and the battery with its terminals, but it's got no cables. The distributor is right here, but it's got no cables. We have the caution fan warning, the radiator, the hood latch, and the front panel, which are pretty well made. The reservoir, they are pretty well made. The grille is pretty well made, but still not a grille. The Auto Art is, in this aspect, Auto Art is really much better. The headlights are pretty realistic and look very good. These moldings around the headlights are a little different for 1973. It's got a brand new grille, brand new blinkers, brand new headlights, and brand new bumper. And as I said before, hood shuts correctly. As we open the driver's door, we can see that the hinge here is typical of the old ERTLs. The door panel is nice with a lock pin. The mirror dashboard looks good. Steering wheel looks good, a 3-spoke steering wheel. The pedals is parking brake, brake, and gas pedal. So this is an automatic transmission car. The interior is all made in brown with a brown carpet. That's an actual carpet. And a floor mat right here that looks very nice. And a seat that tilts. This is a plus compared to the Auto Art because Auto Art has a fixed seat. The dashboard looks very nice. The gauges look very nice. The steering wheel looks good. There's a sort of a headliner which is a painting. It's basically a painting on the acrylic. But there are no sun visors. There's no dome light. And this could be a little bit better made. Interior. Back seat and a carpet. As we can see, there are no seat belts. Seats look very good. The trim is basically cast in metal and painted over. And a Mach one and a black pinstripe that looks very nice. The door handle is a separate piece, and the lock is cast in metal. Very nice looking wheels and tires. They're new for 1973. And a Mustang logo which is painted on. The blinker here is painted on both on the front and in the rear. There's a little red stain close to the bumper, probably when painting. But in general, the car looks very good. From the passenger side, we can take a better look at a gear lever. It's an automatic transmission, central console, and a central panel with the radio, buttons, and knobs, and a glove compartment which is fixed for this Auto World simpler version. The antenna, which is a piece of metal, it's fixed, but it's very realistic, and a mirror which looks very nice. The rear of the car looks very nice. One minus about this model car is this fixed trunk lid. Although it's a separate piece, it's fixed. I don't know why, since there are versions of this Mustang in which this trunk lid actually opens. This trim between the taillights with this honeycomb pattern looks pretty much the same. The gas cap looks pretty much the same. The trunk lock right here is a separate piece. There is this pinstripe with the Mach 1 right here in the trunk lid. It looks very nice. And this rear spoiler here, which I really don't care much about it, but it looks okay. The dual exhaust, the 50 years license plate, and the bumper guards, which are new for 1973. The base of the car is pretty much the ERTL, and as we can see, we can even see ERTL cast in plastic right here. It has some different tones of black plastic for simulating the components that are supposed to be in a base of the car. And we have flat black and gloss black alternating from one texture to another one. The engine in the correct color, it doesn't look like plastic, it looks like a real engine. So this is a very nice plus. We have the tranny that's made of aluminum and a drive shaft which is fixed. The differential and the rear suspension with the springs right here, the leaf springs, and the dual exhaust with no catalytic converter since they were only put in cars from 1975 on. We have the front suspension with the steering system. The front wheels actually steer. The wheels and tires look very good, very realistic. The base of a car as a whole looks very nice. Suspension does not work. Drive shaft does not spin. But in general, I would say this is a pretty well made car for its price, really. It's an intermediate model. It's not a budget one, but it's not also a top quality one, just like it would be for the ERTL or Auto World Authentics, for instance. But Still a very nice product. From 0 to 10, I would give this car a 9. Really, it's an intermediate model. It's a good product. It's an honest product with a very nice painting job. There are no issues at all, no roughnesses, no misalignments. The doors are well aligned. The hood is well aligned. The trunk lid is well aligned. A minus for this model is a fixed trunk lid. It should open actually for this kind of model car, but still a very nice looking car and a very nice product by Auto World. So I would really advise this model for those who like 1970s Mustangs. So I'd like to thank you for all likes and views, for all subscriptions. Please don't forget to subscribe, to give me your thumbs up, and also to let me know in your comments below what you think about this car and what you think about this video. And also, I will take suggestions for new cars I could show. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.